afternoon, good evening, good morning, good noon, good day, good dawn, good desk, good holiday season, good Christmas, good Kwanzaa, good Hanukkah, good reindeer, good sled, good Rudolph, good red nose, good stockings all hung by the chimney with care. It's that time of year, and as you know, every year during December, Amber and I take the month off. By the way, I am your host. My name is Sean Conroy. Amber Kenny is not here because she and her husband have already headed for their villa in Villefranche-sur-Mer in the south of France. That's where they always do the holiday season. I am going to just later today, I'm going to a motel in Chatsworth. I got the room. Well, I got the presidential suite, and they call it that because it is next to the snack machine, which makes it convenient when it's late and you are hungry. We have decided to take, because she's so far away in France and I'm so far away in Chatsworth, we have decided to take the month off. We are not going to be recording during the month of December, but in honor of the idea that consistency is important, I am going to try to release some episodes that are already in the can, and I thought it might be fun to listen to Christmas episodes. We've been recording for 76 years, so I think we may have 3 or 4 Christmas episodes in the old can of episodes, the episode can. So that said, that's what I'm going to do is I'm going to let you listen to a Christmas episode. This Christmas episode was released in 2016, December 21st, 2016, it came out. So it is a reissue. But the episode that came out in December of 2016 was a reissue of an episode from December of 2010. So in case you're not following along, this is a reissue of a reissue. It is a reissue squared. And the episode that was the original episode is our first ever live show, legendary show at the Fake Gallery, featuring our guest, Paul F. Tompkins. It is a long time ago. Life is a long, strange journey. This was when we were just starting out. We were little children on the podcast road. So you can hear, this is the intro to the intro to the intro of the original episode. I hope everybody is having a good holiday season. I know that there is a war on Christmas, but I hope you're fighting through it. And please enjoy this episode of an episode of an episode. Now I got to stop this thing.
We never reissue old episodes, but we have gotten lazy in our old age. So we are going to play for you guys the Christmas episode from season 2, which was the first Christmas episode we ever did. I don't know what that was.
No, but.
Hey, there's someone at the door. I'll open the door.
Hey, Sean.
Jamie, what are you doing here?
I was lonely and wanted some company and thought I would come over. It's the holiday and I was all alone.
Okay. I was just going to play an old episode of The Long Shot.
Oh, really?
For the folks.
Which one? There's so many classics.
It's season 2, episode 14.
Oh, the great Christmas episode with Paul F. Tompkins that we did live.
It was about gifts.
Yep.
Amber gave everybody gifts.
At the fake gallery.
Yeah, at the fake
Oh,
gallery.
Amber, you're here.
I've been here the whole time.
Oh, cool.
Is it weird that Amber's just here
Yeah.
It's not.
and didn't knock on the door?
Well, I was talking earlier. It felt weird
That's true.
to enter.
Yeah.
So you two were both about just dive into that
we're
episode.
gonna dive on. We're gonna put. Oh, who's at the door? Come in. Or
Hey, it was just me. I jumped
you
out the
had to
window
leave.
and came back in.
we're gonna put on this classic Christmas episode of the Long Shot Podcast on our record player.
I wish I could remember anything about this episode.
I kind of do.
My mom
got
rapped.
us presents. What did you get? You got me a lamp, maybe?
Yes, because we would record in your living room and
It would
would
always
be
be so dark.
Oh, yeah. What did you get me?
I got you.
Was it? Oh, was it the chicken soup for the soul, or was that a different one?
Oh, it might have been. Yes, that sounds right.
A chicken soup for the soul calendar, or just a book?
And I don't remember I got Eddie. But I got Paul F. Tompkins a book of how to do magic.
I remember that.
The only other episode he was on.
He was
at
on the
time
magic
was
episode.
Magic episode.
Yeah.
I
And-
feel like I was killing it with those gifts.
You were. I
They
got gifts
great
for everyone
gifts.
too.
That was 6 motherfucking years ago.
Yeah, it's so insane.
There was an after party too.
Oh, and I was wearing
At
heels.
somebody's
and
house.
It was
Yeah.
like hard to walk there.
They had moved to Jeffrey, and they
Jeff
moved
Johnson, yeah.
to San Francisco.
Oh my gosh.
Um,
That was
Whoa, this is crazy. This is going to be so fun for you guys to listen to.
but my mom rapped on it too.
She did.
She came on stage and she did part of her rap, which she's still working on
wow.
6 years later.
Well, you don't want to finish it up
Right.
too quickly, you know?
Rome isn't built in a day.
That's what they've said.
Folks.
Merry Christmas. Enjoy us as small children.
Yeah.
6 years ago, how old were you?
I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah. I was 23.
I was 28.
I was 37. I wasn't. All of our ages just now were fake.
No, I was 28.
Oh, you were 28.
And I was 23.
I was 34.
Folks.
Whoa! I'm the
Enjoy
age now
the-
that you were then.
Oh, that is weird.
Enjoy-
How does it feel?
It's terrible.
You got a roller coaster ahead of you.
All right.
Universal Studios.
Enjoy the episode.
Broadcasting live once again from an undisclosed location high in the Hollywood Hills. It's time for The Long Shot. Tonight, the perils of an oil-based economy. Sudoku crosswords. Another episode of Suitcase, Briefcase, or Valise. Christmas Trolls. Mr. Paul F. Tompkins. And a rap from Miss Becky Flam. And now, please welcome the host of The Long Shot, Sean Conroy. Woo-hoo. Thank you so much. That guy is great. All right, it is time for The Long Shot. With me tonight, first of all, a woman who would rather light a candle even in the daytime because things might get brighter. Please welcome Miss Amber Kenny. Woo-hoo.
Hello.
Also with me tonight, as usual, occasionally, the Human Scientific Classification System, Mr. Jamie Phylum.
This guy.
Also with me tonight, the Sultanic Caesar of sartorial splendor, the bitter Buddha himself. Please welcome Mr. Eddie Pepitone.
It's a great night for a podcast.
All right, so here we are,
Here we are.
wrapping up season 2.
Wow.
That went by fast.
Only
flew
3
by.
months. Only 3 months.
How is it up there in the cheap seats? And by cheap seats, for those of you listening, I mean in the middle of the country. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Yeah, that didn't make a lot of sense.
Well, I'm just trying to blend the live element with the fact that people are going to be listening to this in their homes or cars
And
all
how
over
did
the
that-
land.
How did that blend that?
I don't know.
By asking about the cheap seats.
Well, when I said by cheap seats, I mean...
People in the middle of the country.
Right. That was brilliant, I thought.
Let's not alienate some of our fans.
Oh, yeah, no. I enjoy the middle of the country.
We also have people in other countries listening.
And other
That's true.
countries.
Yeah.
I really enjoy other countries. No, I really do, because I'm sick of this country.
What is your favorite other country?
I guess it would be Guyana.
I buy that, but I want to know why.
I just enjoy their tremendous tradition in volleyball there. And I enjoy the way they don't give a fuck about anything in Guyana. Really, we could take a lesson from the Guyanese. I think it's Guyanese. You know, they don't give a flying fuck about things in other countries because time is different. Here it's like money. We gotta make money. You gotta be here. You gotta be here. And in like places like Guyana, it's like, hey man.
That's been your experience when you've been there?
Yes.
Does your immediate reference to Guyana have anything to do with the Jonestown Massacre?
Yes. That was a blemish on the Guyanan psyche.
But they didn't give a fuck about that, right?
They
don't
didn't give a fuck
about anything.
They're crazy, man.
They're a reggae culture.
Is that the Jamaican part of Guyana?
Yeah, that's all I'm talking about. Is there's a Jamaican neighborhood in Guyana
So,
called No Woman,
Little
No
Jamaica.
Cry. Hey, you going to No Woman, No Cry? Yes.
I cry every time I hear that song, no joke.
so you have the opposite
ironic.
reaction of what the song is saying to do.
I don't follow directions.
Yeah.
That's true. That's a great fucking point.
Thank you. All right. So, Eddie, you had an exciting day today.
I did. I just came from the Lopez Tonight Show.
George Lopez.
Yes, but have you guys seen Lopez? Like at the end of every joke, he punches it up with. And what I was doing for the people listening all over the world
In the cheap seats.
and the cheap seats was I was making a big cartoony face. But anyway, I just came from doing the Lopez Tonight Show and live TV. They get really uptight. Like I played Santa Claus, Angry Santa. I always play angry characters.
That's your niche.
That is my fucking niche.
Did anyone see it?
It hasn't aired yet.
You said it was live.
Tonight. It's going to be... I mean, we
Tonight's
filmed it
going to be
live.
live, taped earlier today. It is a confusing concept.
I guess so.
You know?
But it airs 10 o'clock, I think. I don't know. But anyway.
10 o'clock, yes.
Anyway, so Dr. Drew was a
Pinsky.
guest. Drew Pinsky. And it was an intervention on Santa for food addiction. So it was pretty funny. And
Hitting
it's
a little close to home.
very fucking close to home. Because I lost, and people who know the podcast know this,
Sugar
I
and
lost
flour.
50 fucking pounds cutting out sugar and flour. I was like a stoic Buddhist fuck. I didn't eat sugar and flour for like a year and a half, and now I'll eat anything. Yeah, that
But wait,
deserves.
but wait, talk-
I like talking about these things
Talk
now.
more about what happened on the show.
Oh, okay. So.
You got lost in your stoic Buddhism.
So anyway, it was kind of funny because I got to like really scream like Mrs. Claus, like Drew Pinsky is running this intervention. Going,
way he
okay,
does.
yeah, okay, and let's see the people who you've hurt. And Mrs. Claus comes up and goes, since we got married, you gained 400 pounds. And I would like to untie your package once in a while, but I can't get to it. And so I got to really rip into her. I said, you're one to talk. Your ass is like a lumpy sack of toys. Now, I know it's
So
not
they really
the
made
sharp...
a lot of innuendo based on Christmas gift jokes. Like, I want to unwrap the
Well, you
package.
could see the writer's room going, what do we got? What do we got? We got Christmas. What about untie the pack? That's how the writers'
We
rooms
shouldn't
are.
be smoking inside anymore. It's illegal.
I'm just like that when I'm writing. Okay, no, writers, they squeeze balls now.
Do you remember that we used to do that, by the way? Sometimes when Eddie and I would be writing stuff together, we would buy cigars just so we'd feel like real writers. And we would pace around my apartment just puffing on cigars, not doing any writing.
Not doing anything. Let's not write.
I'm sorry. So finish your story.
So anyway, what I liked about it, what I love about these shows is just, first of all, the Lopez crowd is way too pumped up. Oh my God, it's one of those fucking late night shows, but the crowd.
It's like this.
Not like this. This is an honest audience. No, because their audience is,
even in that moment, only like 2 people went, yeah.
No, but these fucking, the warm-up guys, by the way, have the worst jobs ever.
Oh, my God.
They're just like, okay, and when George comes out, just fucking act like you've been fucked in every orifice. Like, it's so intense.
So in your mind, that's a positive experience.
I had a repressed upbringing. That was a lottery ticket.
How was Dr. Drew? I was a big fan of...
He was very cool. That's another element I like, is just meeting the celebs. Oh, and I also met the woman who's in Black Swan. She was in that
Barbara Hershey.
No, neither one. Milas, is it Milas?
Miley Cyrus.
What? They were making fun of Cyrus for apparently getting busted this week.
I like how you just call her Cyrus.
That's all I refer to that fucking family as, Cyrus.
Meanwhile, she's on the other side of LA going, Pepitone's making fun of me again. God damn that Pepitone.
So anyway, I had fun, and I met the chick in the Black Swan. How do you say her name?
Mila Kunis.
Mila
right?
Kunis, yeah. And
she was on that 70s show, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I remember
saw it.
Yeah, she all grows
Black
up.
Swan was a good movie. Has anyone seen that? Has anyone seen it? It was good.
I am doing a parody video of it this week. I'm going to play the mother in it, and that's going to be funny, supposedly.
Supposedly.
Yeah.
And what's your character's name in the video you're going to do?
I don't know.
Barbara Hershey.
Barbara Hershey. Oh. I'm Barbara Hershey. No, I'm the mother. I don't know what her name is.
All right. Well, congratulations on working on George Lopez.
Yeah, that was fun.
Obviously, those things come in handy, especially around the holidays, right?
Oh, my God. I just called that $808 what I did today.
That's what it is.
That's right. No, I used to think, oh, my God, I'm going to be on the Lopez show. Oh, my God.
Did you ever really think that? Like, I could understand years ago being like, oh, my God, I'm going to be on the Conan show.
Well, that's what I meant. I've never thought, oh, my God, I'm going to be on the Lopez show.
I'm finally making it with George Lopez, the cartoonist Mexican.
By the way, I found out that I'm a bit of a diva now, like because they didn't have a trailer for me.
That's just happened.
No, it's really funny. Like, I go on the Lopez show, and I'm, like, pissed at the wardrobe lady because she was like, oh, what are your sizes? And I said, I emailed them.
Yeah, but doesn't that happen? I feel like that happens every time.
It pisses me off.
That happens every time. The wardrobe calls you and asks for your sizes.
Yeah.
You tell them over the phone.
Yeah.
Then they email you, and you email them to them. And then you get there.
Like, what are your sizes? I feel
you knew where I was going with that one.
I am a trained comediante.
Not sure what that is.
Me neither.
So, Amber.
Yes.
Tell us about your holiday party last night.
Yeah, I just had my work holiday party last night.
At the bank?
At the bank. Why don't you tell everyone?
I don't know what happened. I just know where it was.
By the way, when you say that, I just see immediately like a movie, like Inside Job. Like there's 4 employees who've got masks in the back, ready to fucking rob it.
That's
Nobody
a good
else,
idea.
huh?
When you say that to me, I just see 2 people fucking in the photocopy room. You know, like that's what happens at holiday parties. They're both married, and that's the only time they ever do it is after they have a bunch of eggnog.
Just parties and banks, to me, lend themselves to heist movies. That's all I'm saying. Like, if I'm invited to a party in a bank, I'm like, all right, where's this
How many times have you been invited to a party at a bank?
Never.
You know what I see? A goat and a broom. I had to say something. I had to get in on this. I needed something. I took a chance. It proved to be perfect.
This is the Immaculata paying off. It's this kind, you clearing your mind, and these things are coming out.
Am I hearing that correctly? You said a goat and a broom?
Yep.
Okay.
Well, it's a Bosch painting he's seen or something.
Amber, so tell us what happened.
Well, I was actually dreading this party for about a month.
Dreading?
Yeah, I sort of
month?
regressed. A month, yes. Like to an adolescent state of like, I don't want to go to that party. I want to hang out with my real friends, not with work people. This is gonna be stupid. And
That thing you're doing is how I get up every morning. I don't want to fucking get up. Fuck them.
I emailed my size.
I emailed my size.
And so I was really, really dreading it, and in my head I built it up to be this like terrible thing, and it ended up being kind of cool. Like it wasn't the best party I ever went to, but it was mellow, and there was food, and it didn't last too long. And
I didn't think it would last too long. Like, don't go! We got some great shit going on in the vault in about an hour.
Stick around till the heist starts.
Well, my boss can be a little long-winded. Mm-hmm. And so there's times that he's like, yeah, that'll end at 7:30, and it's 11 p.m. And it's just like, ooh.
That is long-winded.
Yeah, yes. But it wrapped up nicely. It was fine. People were happy. It was mellow. That was the big thing. I was just worried that it was going to be this, like, 3 hours of me stressed out and running around. But it wasn't too bad. And I felt kind of like a jerk for dreading it so badly.
Mm-hmm. So the moral of the story is don't stress out about work parties before they happen.
I guess so.
Mark Twain said, so many terrible things. Oh, how does this go?
I think that was it. That was what he said.
Period.
He said so many terrible things. He didn't write. He didn't write a lot of them down.
No, I had
mostly what he wrote was funny, but he did say a lot of terrible things.
He said, I've been through so much in my life, but most of them never happened, meaning it was mostly in his head and it was phrased way better. He was a bit of a wordsmith.
He also had a short story about a goat and a broom.
Oh, man.
You shouldn't go back to that
That's
well.
my go-to.
You should not go back to that well.
I hope everything that Jamie says is
Goat and broom related?
Mm-hmm.
I hope that does not happen. Jamie, tell us about your week last week.
Wow, what a week. So much to talk about. Well, if you listen to the first season of the podcast, you know I was going through my rock bottom phase. Season 2 has been the phoenix rising from the ashes.
Really?
I'm broke, yes, but so happy in this world.
Uh-huh.
But last week I was invited by a friend to help him on a production. He was directing a music video. And I jumped at the opportunity.
This is a paid gig?
It was a paid gig. I needed the money. But essentially I was a PA.
Production assistant.
For
those of
For
you
the
not in
cheap
show
seats.
business. Yeah.
I was telling people I was a glorified PA, but really I was just a PA.
What's the distinction between glorified PA?
I thought it made me look cooler when I told people that. I'm like a glorified PA, meaning I was cooler, but...
Right.
But I was probably one of the older people on the set. I'm 34, and there was a couple things that they asked me to do, which were really like right back in that rock bottom.
Rock bottom is never too far away, by the way.
I'm learning.
At all
I'm learning.
fucking times. That's what I'm finding out.
But the music video was there was a 21 and 22-year-old guy and girl, and they would lots of choreography and dancing. And at one point,
You did a lot of comparing ages while you were there, I get the sense, right?
everyone.
You were 34,
Did
this
you
one's
ID
21.
everyone?
I did. It was like 21, 22, 26.
That guy wants coffee,
28.
and he's 27.
I think we all should have our ages pinned like our names.
Me too. Me too.
The way you said that makes it sound like we have our names pinned. Which a lot of the listeners at home are not aware of. We do have our names pinned to our chests here on the podcast, so the live audience doesn't get confused as to who's
I mean,
who.
the way they do, like, hi, my name is Eddie at a convention or whatever, they should say, hi, I am 52.
All right, so Jamie, tell us more about that.
Okay, good. So the first thing was the guy that was in the video was dancing, and he got pretty sweaty. And despite the fact
Dancing
that
will make you sweat.
his dressing room was about 4 feet from where this was going on, so he could probably easily go into that room, and there's a fan set up and kind of cool down. But for a brief moment, my job was to take the table fan and fan him off, like on the set. And I tried to play it like I was cool.
So you were basically like a harem slave at that point.
More or less. And I tried to play it cool, like I was like trying to make a joke out of it, like I was taking it very seriously. But inside...
Wait, how...
Yeah, what was the joke? I would have been pissed, by the way.
Yeah.
I'd have been like, fuck are you doing, my friend?
So the joke was that you didn't say anything, you just made it look like you were really doing it seriously?
Like I took it very seriously.
I would not have gotten that if I was him.
Like it was brain surgery, like that kind of serious?
Yeah.
Yeah, like I took my job seriously. Like I wasn't a 34-year-old man fanning off 22-year-old Omar.
I got 12 years on this guy.
Yeah.
I should be farther along, or he should not be as far as he is.
Me.
Yeah.
So
Maybe
yeah,
after I finish fanning you, you could get me a coffee just to make me feel better.
I got a coffee for the girl on the
Okay.
first day. It actually was a hot chocolate with caramel and salt, which is available at your local Starbucks. Didn't know that.
Did not know that.
Just learned that.
The salt brings out the caramel.
Yes.
I could see you as being
Sweet and
like one
savory.
of the most just sardonic baristas ever. The salt brings out the caramel, folks. Like I could just see how you saying that to a customer. What does the salt do? Brings out the caramel.
That doesn't seem sardonic. That just seems informational.
But your
Slightly sullen.
I could see your manager pulling you aside going, have a little pep into... we're part of the Starbucks team. We want people...
And I would just go, that's not my thing. I don't do pep.
Right.
So what else, Jamie?
So the other thing was on the last day, I was sitting there, I sat around a lot, and I saw a big box of industrial rags called Extreme Rags. And I had a lot of time on my hands.
That's a fucking rag.
It's a crazy
Well, you had a
rag.
lot of time on your hand. You're like just looking around. What the fuck is that? Is that a two-headed bug? Like that's what you do on sets. You're just like, boy, did my life go to shit. What the fuck? Is that guy 23 or 29?
Yes. That was it.
So what happened with the rags?
So I thought it'd be funny to take a picture and post it on Facebook, and my joke was, no more excuses, ladies, with the picture of the Extreme Rags, which I thought was funny.
What was that? Were you making a reference to menstruation?
Yes.
Ay. No more excuses, ladies.
Are a lot of women making excuses for
Yeah, right.
menstruation?
They're complaining. Yeah, I think so.
I'm sorry, my rag's not extreme enough. If it was more extreme... I won't even finish that sentence.
It just doesn't sound like from the mouth of someone running the Immaculata.
Certainly that's not an immaculatized joke.
I don't think he's in the heart of the Immaculata.
I'm not in the
right
heart
now.
of the Immaculata.
Did you get any response to your joke on Facebook?
I think one. Like,
One.
I was like checking every 2 minutes too. But here's. Like,
Welcome
come on,
to my
this is gonna be a
world.
hit.
You were so happy about your no more excuses, ladies joke. Let's
I
get
thought
on
it
there
was
and
gonna
see what
kill.
people said.
But here's the kicker.
The rub.
The rub. Less than an hour later, the producer comes up to me and sent me to the store to buy tampons for the main girl in the video.
And you were like, we don't need them. We got extreme rags.
I should have made that reference.
No more
but I didn't.
excuses, producers.
So you were fanning off a 22-year-old, and you were buying tampons for the other lead.
For the
21-year-old.
23-year-old.
And caramel and salt for the 21-year-old. So that's 68 years of experience. All right. Well, I think it's time to move into the next segment of the show. And this is very exciting because we have a very special guest here tonight who's going to do something for us that we've heard before. We have not heard it live. And she
Well, we
is...
heard it live.
Well, sort of.
We were there.
Yeah. But
I've been wondering the same thing.
she is a relative.
You just have to be funnier.
She's a relative of the podcast. Please welcome to the stage. This is very exciting. Jamie's mother is here, Miss Vicky Flan. Come on up. Thank you for being here, Mrs. Flam.
Thank you for allowing me to be here, but I have to tell you that I was really excited until I just heard my son's plight last week.
We are so glad you're here.
I'm so depressed.
We got you here. We got you here under the ruse of doing a rap, but we really wanted to talk about Jamie.
No, that's actually not true. You are. Once before on the show, we played a rap that you recorded, correct?
Correct.
And we thought that was great. Is it working? Is it on?
Is it?
Yeah.
If you're holding it on your nose, though.
Put it a little lower. Yeah.
Oh, the chin.
That's good.
Chin.
Yeah, and
I've never
you can
done
talk
a chin
into
job.
the top of it rather than the side. I don't know.
I was trained classically in Paris.
Blue, cross the blue.
Now, here's my question for you. What made you get into? Well, first of all, how long have you been rapping?
Very short-lived.
Very short. Okay, just like a couple months, maybe.
Yeah.
And what made you decide to take up this art form?
Oh my God. I was watching 60 Minutes and they were interviewing
Eminem.
Yes.
You looked at her like she was your caretaker
Amber's her lifeline.
at her home.
And
Who was it?
Shut the fuck up, Pepitone.
It just got very, very real in here.
Okay. And I love writing poetry. I've always loved writing poetry. And when he was talking about how rap is just bending words, I like you can't rhyme with orange, but in rap you can because you can just say orange. I just started hopping around the house. I got so excited because it opened up this whole new creative world.
Well, it's a natural
Bend
extension
words.
from being a poet to a hip hop singer, huh?
Eminem's "Orange" is one of my favorite songs. I love that.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so I said to Jamie, I can just be Eminemapause.
But
She
you
did say
decided
that.
against that.
How many 60-year-old rap people are there?
4. No, I don't think there are any, but except for you,
See,
there's
I'm,
one.
I'm an ideator.
I don't know what that means.
I love the word. Somebody used it a few months ago. I come up with all these great ideas, but they just stay in the idea form.
I got that
That's
from you.
an ideator.
You did. It's genetic. It's very, very genetic.
I'm actually starting a thing next month called the Ideatorata. Just coming up with ideas and not doing anything about them for 30 days straight.
I'm in.
So I figured since you were gracious enough to invite me for tonight, although Jamie told me it was toys, and I spent all this time
You should talk into the mic.
doing a rap on toys.
Toys is fine.
Toys is fine.
Well,
Toys is fine.
it's too late because he made me change it.
Oh, okay.
He made you change it?
I had GoBots and his nemesis Skeleton and
Skeletor.
Strawberry Shortcake.
All right, but you're gonna rap for us right now. Is that right?
Yeah, but I'm not really good at beats. In fact,
Here we go.
I want you to act like you are pepped up first, and I don't want you to be honest like Pepitone said you are, okay? Okay, no matter what happens, okay? And here's the deal. There's a chorus that's fa la 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 la. So
we'll join in on that.
We'll join in.
And there was only one thing I noticed before I came up. It's actually described right there on the whiteboard, which you're going to hear. On the top one, it says white noise.
Is that the name of your
No,
group?
it's what it sounds like.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, let's. How about a big hand for
Okay.
Jamie's mom?
You ready? Scratchy. 1, 2, 3, 4.
It's the time of year if you want to live. You gotta be sure to shop and give. Paul F. Tompkins, podcast guest, donating his time to this cuckoo's nest. Fa la 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 la. Fa la 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 la. Mr. Conroy, long shots joy. A Christmas gift cause you're a goy. Our first lady, Amber Kenny, infectious laughed, a gift of plenty. Fa la 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 la. Fa la 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 la. Pepitone, the bitter Buddha. For you, a plate of sugarless Fuda. Last there's Jamie, he can't have any. Pockets empty, not a penny. Ha ha ha, poor Jamie Flam. Ha ha ha, poor Jamie Flam. Buying gifts is sometimes tough. You think they're never good enough. Designer jeans, designer bags. Our friggin' budgets buy us rags. Stressful, arm feels shopping, cartfuls, wrong size, wrong color. Take it back and get another. Fa la 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 la, la 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 la. Fa la 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 la, la 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 la. No exchanges, no returns. Bought at garage sales makes me burn. Crate and barrel, Bed Bath and Beyond. Can't forget our 20 off coupon. Get back in line as you desired. 60 coupons won't expire. Recycled gifts and chia pets. Picture frames and high-tech games. Sexy gifts, good vibrations. Hot and sexy expectations. Ooh la 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 la. Ooh la 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 la. Then there's Santa. Truth is sad. You wake up just to catch your dad. Knows if you've been bad or good. Either way, he'll screw your childhood. The moral of this rap, for heaven's sake, forget all else, just buy a fruitcake. Fa la 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 la. Fa la 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 la.
Yeah!
Thanks, Mom.
There was something for everyone in that rap.
Kicking the dope rhymes with the dope beats.
You're more facile with the
I'm
hip-hop.
very facile, and I enjoy the pasta facile.
I was in Sean's car on Monday, and he was listening to hip hop the whole ride. I was very surprised.
I do. I love hip hop. I've loved it ever since I was a little kid.
I know. I never got into it.
I saw the Beasties and Run DMC at Madison Square Garden in '86. Were you at that show?
I was not at that show, but I remember when the Beastie Boys, you said?
Yeah.
Oh, Run DMC. When they did something with Aerosmith, Walk This Way, and I was very into that. Where I was smoking a lot of pot, and I was like, yeah, man.
Yes. I should walk that way.
I should walk that way. Fuck yeah. No, I was a Pink Floyd guy, and I was always like, I had the headphones on, and I was like, what the hell? That's fucking great sound effect. Like I would be
yeah.
You know, when the headphone thing would go from
like, a cash register.
Yeah. Money, yes, money.
They incorporated it into the music. All right, folks, we have another very special guest here tonight. He was our first guest this season on the podcast. He is also our last guest.
Bookending the season.
Bookending the season, if you're into bookends. He has just released a new DVD called You Should Have Told Me. He also has his own podcast, which is called the Pod F Tompcast. Some fans of that here. Please give it up for Mr. Paul F. Tompkins!
Paul F. Tompkins!
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. I'm sorry I knocked over your smart water.
Paul, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me, Sean.
I'm not having you. This is a group decision.
Thank you, everyone.
You're welcome.
Thank you, sister wives, for having me be a part of the show. Now, I'm sorry.
We wanted to talk tonight about gifts, but you said you wanted to get into something before we even started.
That's right, Sean.
Uh-oh.
Now, I was told a while ago when I was asked to participate in this season finale live podcasting thing. Well, I was invited to be on
no compensation, Paul.
No, no. Okay. Believe me.
I think I figured out where you're going, by the way.
Yeah, I think you have, Jamie.
I have not. I do not know.
I haven't either.
I was invited to perform on this season finale podcast, and I asked the person who was inviting me, will I be the first return guest? to the long shot?
No.
And I was told, yes, as a matter of fact, yes, you would be the first return guest.
And that turned out not to be
On
the case.
my way here tonight, I listened to one of my favorite podcasts, The Long Shot. I know not to call it The Long Shot Podcast. Just
You
call
are a
it The Long
fan.
Shot.
Yes.
I still haven't figured that out.
And I hear the voice of Jen
Your very good
Kirkman.
friend, Jen.
My very
Kirkman.
good friend, Jen Kirkman.
Yes.
She is the first return guest.
She
to
was.
The Long Shot.
You're the first return guest in
the
one
same
season.
Amber comes through again. Yes.
That's not what I was told. That's not what I was told.
I take
I was
full
told I would be
responsibility for
yeah,
this.
you should.
Okay.
I was told I'd be the first return guest. Then I come down here.
Is that the only reason you agreed to it?
That is the only reason. Oh, also, when I heard it was going to be the fake gallery, I heard a rumor there was buried treasure here. So I was going to wait till everybody left. And I was going to start digging
That's
up
why
the
you
floorboards.
brought your metal detector back.
Of course, my metal detector, my pickaxe, my miner's helmet. Anyway, so I get here and I think, well, it's still an honor to be on the season finale. This will be fine. And then I'm told, oh yeah, so you still have to stand back there while we do the part where we pretend we're seeing each other for the first time. And we talk about nothing.
That in fairness, that's not what was said.
The last. That's what happened, though. Then, in the same episode with Jen Kirkman, she's introduced immediately, and a big deal is made of it that we never do this, but we're doing it with Jen Kirkman. But then I come down here for this big finale night where most people dress up, and then I still
get a shot of that, please.
I still have to wait around, except this time there's no furniture. Like usually we do the show.
The green room
it's
is
like
not-
Sean's place.
Yeah.
And there's like nice furniture. It's like a home. And then now I'm standing back in this haunted alleyway.
I have a very sick feeling in my stomach right now of shame and guilt.
Well, then fine. Let's move on. That's all. That is what I wanted to
That was your
accomplish.
goal?
Checkmate.
That was it.
Well, we're glad you overcame the adversity of us treating you so poorly.
It's the perfect way to put it.
Yes.
No, I'm a huge fan of the Long Shot. I listen every week.
Thank you.
I love that you are a huge
Amazing.
fan.
Why are you?
And that, by the way, that seems, I know it's not, but that seems like such a show busy thing to say.
does,
like when
right?
people are like, yeah, I'm a huge fan. I loved your book and your movie, you
I
know?
love that it's permeated podcasting now. Where there's like
That's
phoniness
that
in
important.
podcasting.
But
yes, exactly.
when you meet a quote-unquote famous person, isn't it rude to not say I'm a huge fan? Like, I've come to that. Like, if I see somebody who's
No,
famous...
that's demented. What? Is it rude?
Is that
not
right?
to?
No, but I feel like if I see them, I should say, oh, I'm a big fan.
No, you don't have to do that.
You don't?
No.
You could just go, hey, how are you?
Especially
Yeah.
because anytime you talk about somebody famous when they're not around, you shit on them.
Well, I was just going to say, all you do, you just worked. What did you do, Lopez? Today? And you're already trashing it? And yet if you meet like,
I'm a
I don't
big
know,
fan, you
Mary
cartoon
Fran.
character.
If you meet Mary Fran from Newhart, you're supposed to go, I'm a big fan of you.
I don't know who that is.
That's
but
right, but you would still say it, wouldn't you?
I probably would.
Did you tell Dr. Drew you're a big fan?
No. No, I didn't.
You know, Dr. Drew says the only reason anybody gets into show business is because they're sick and diseased.
Well,
He
he
might
must-
have a point.
He's in it, though.
Of course.
Yeah, but he
Wearing
came in
his
through the
tiny
back door.
t-shirts. He did come in through the back door.
Like he was kind of dragged in, right?
we would
But
not know
he's-
that guy.
He's actively in it now, I feel.
He loves it.
Yeah.
He does.
He loves
He was glowing.
That could just be
Sorry.
because he did the Immaculata.
That's true. It could be.
He's on the plan.
Look at him. He's still glowing.
He might be radioactive. All right, so we wanted to talk about gifts tonight. Eddie, what do you
Yes.
think about the whole subject of gifts?
What do I think about this?
What do you think about the subject of gifts?
Go.
I get crazy to get gifts. I get crazy.
I don't understand what you just said.
Okay.
Is the prospect of receiving gifts makes you nuts?
No, I love that. I hate buying them.
Oh,
And
sure.
And invariably, this sounds horrible, and I'm sure a lot of people do this, but when I go into a store...
So many blacks.
What's that?
What? I was trying to...
That one!
I was trying to guess at what would be horrible.
That was like a punch in the nose.
I apologize. I jumped the gun.
No, but...
Maybe that's not what you were going to say.
It certainly was not. But when I go into a store, I usually go to the stores that I like, and I want to buy things for myself. I wind up getting things for myself.
Sure.
Like, I'm like, oh, let me get Karen something. And then I'll be like, oh, but look, I bet Karen would like this. It's a football signed by all the Giants.
She would just like to see it there in the home.
But anyway, what happens with Christmas, is that I just always wait to the last minute, and I just get 4 or 5 things for one person every year, and I still find it to be very like, oh Christ, I gotta get up, and I gotta go to. I hate the crowds. The crowds are.
So that's why you wait till the last minute.
That may be the wrong thing to do, but I cannot see.
Jury's still out.
What's that?
Jury's still out on that.
I live day to day so much that I feel like, why would I shop?
So much.
No,
Nobody lives as much day to day in one day as you do. You get a lot of day to day living done in a day.
The reason
Twice a year he lives month to month.
That's right. With the option to die.
But so much of the time, day to day.
Yeah.
But I don't see the logic in shopping in early December for something that's 25 days away. Like, to me, that's bizarre. Like, what?
Who knows what could happen between now and then?
And really, really can't stand the whole concept of Black Friday. That nonsense. Like, people are camping out at 3 a.m. to buy shit. Please.
Talk to the hand, right? Now, how many gifts do you have to buy? How many people do you have to buy gifts for?
I've got it down to just one a year. And I am not kidding.
One person or one gift?
One person.
Just Karen?
My girlfriend, Karen. I get my girlfriend.
That was a squeaker.
And if he
I didn't know who that was going to end up being.
If that Lopez check doesn't come in before Christmas, he might have to dump her then.
Baby, I made you a clay ashtray. I know you don't
hasn't
smoke.
dried yet because I waited till the last minute.
Don't touch the glaze.
Here's why I ask, is because I have come to the realization that as you're an adult and if you don't have children yourself, you really only have to buy a gift. You really should only have to buy a gift for your significant other.
That's what I
do. You can buy a gift for a friend if you feel like it, but like the pressure of doing that, I just feel like we're all grown-ups. What are we doing here? It's like, I feel like my new policy is friends and family, you're on your own. We're not little kids anymore.
Yeah.
Like, this is ridiculous.
But then what do you do when it comes time to open presents at Christmas time?
Well, Sean, I'm glad you asked. Because I celebrate Christmas with my wife's family. Mm-hmm. We go to South Carolina, where her people are from. Mm-hmm. And we do a Secret Santa thing. So my wife and I will get each other one gift, and then there's another gift that everyone gets for somebody else.
And is that it? 2 gifts for the whole holiday?
That's it. Except her mother cannot help but buy gifts for everybody.
But it's okay for
that's
parents
her
to do that.
It's okay for parents to do that. They're old and they can never spend all their money.
And that's no pressure on you.
No pressure on me.
Right.
But my dad, the Sicilian, my dad is Sicilian. And
there we go.
But when we would have Christmas at his place and my cousins, and he'd be like, didn't you get something for Grandpa? Like that guilt shit would come in, and I'd be like, I didn't get. All right, get him something get him something, will you? And it would just be this guilt thing where I had to run out last minute.
And also, what the fuck do you get somebody like that? You know?
My grandfather?
Yeah.
Scotch. He liked scotch.
Yeah.
I just turned around on this. I forgot that you could buy things like that, and now I want things. Because my first thought, well, what do you get an old person?
You don't want fucking clothes.
Like that. I thought, lozenges. That's what you get. Like an old man from the older country.
No, I mean that was always a tricky thing when I was growing up. We had lots and lots of old people at our house every year. I'm not kidding.
Sean
My
did.
mother collected people through the years. If somebody in the neighborhood or at the church had nobody left to spend Christmas with, guess who took them in for Christmas and Easter and Thanksgiving?
Thumbs down.
Yeah. No, it was well intentioned, but it meant that I had to buy, 7 gifts for people in their
What would
70s,
you
80s,
get
and
them?
90s.
Do you even know them? What would you get them?
I don't even here's a scarf,
And you would infect an old voice when you gave it to them?
I was trying to be more hesitant than old, but
You were trying to speak their
every
language.
once in a while I'd go, here's a scarf for you.
So they'd understand.
Yeah. But I mean, we literally had a woman who came to our house every year, 3 times a year, for 30 years. She had been.
Oh my God.
Sounds like a Dickens novel.
Hold on, it gets worse. She had been a nun for 50 years and left the convent to take care of her sick and dying parents. And when her parents died, she had nowhere else to go. She came to our house every year for 30 years. She would get me things for Christmas. Like one year she got me a used women's watch in a pink envelope.
Oh, I remember that. She got you a used...
One year she got me a transistor radio with no cover for the battery compartment. Like she would just find things around her house and give them. One year
Or on
she
the
gave
street.
me...
It's the thought.
Well, it was funny because she always wanted to chat. She always wanted to chat, and all she ever wanted to talk about was... And she really did talk like an old person. She was like, I like to cook for myself. Do you like to cook for yourself?
No, I like sports and strippers.
And she'd be like, I like pork chops. And every year, same conversation. And then one year for Christmas, she gave me a book called The Lifetime Conversation Guide.
And it just said pork chops on every page? You can't go wrong with pork chops.
And I was just like, does she think it was me?
She was bored with your
the whole time?
She was bored with your responses.
I've given him all the cues. I don't know what's with this guy.
He won't elaborate further on the pork chops
Oh my God,
recipe.
Sean. She wanted you to say, where's the cover for the battery compartment in this transistor radio? Like everything. She wanted you to say, why did you give me a lady's watch? She was drawing you out in the most subtle ways. Don't you want to know something? Don't you want to know something?
But now
That is a good conversation starter, though.
we do.
I gotta hand it to you.
That's how I do it at bars.
Don't you want to know something?
Old people bars.
Don't you want to know something? Yeah, you're over there at the drawing room. Drawing room is a bar here in Los Angeles, in Los
Where
Feliz.
is that? Oh,
It's
that's
on
over on.
Hillhurst.
Yeah.
It's like there's 2 bars that are catty corner from each other: the Rustic Inn and the Drawing Room. And if you find the Rustic Inn to be too high class,
Whoa.
then go to the Drawing Room. Drawing Room has a lighted sign that says "Bar opens at 6 a.m." And every time I look at it, it profoundly depresses me. That there's somebody waiting at 5:55. Like, come on.
When is the light going to go on?
I can hear you in there.
Yeah, but if you work nights, then 6 a.m, that's your afternoon.
Those
I hear
nurses, the angels of mercy.
that. Yes.
I take it back, nurses. You're allowed to get your drink on. That's a thing people say.
Shift workers. Shift workers need a bar. that
Shift
opens
worker.
When is this thing going to open up? I just put 20 people to sleep on floor 11.
20 people?
I don't know. Yeah, that must have been like...
It's like a serial killer.
That's the old people's
I know. That was like Outbreak.
Also,
That was Outbreak.
Yeah, you're supposed to do it over the course of your whole career as a killer nurse. You're not supposed to blow it all in one shift.
We had a rough night last night. Up on the 11th.
Margaret, do you know anything about this?
I'm sure it's just a coincidence, but it was a rough night.
I put 20 people to sleep.
Amber, what do you think about this whole gift giving thing at Christmas
You've remained
time?
curiously silent about this whole thing.
Gulp. I am not a good gift giver. I feel like I'm in the same category as Eddie.
Wow. I feel better about this.
I'm just.
You shouldn't.
I also wait to the last minute, and I have friends in the audience who could attest. Like,
don't open it right away. It's a beauty.
Especially if you're a Giant fan.
You like Eli Manning?
well, I have this weird thing. I don't know, like, you'd think I grew up in the Depression. I always feel that gifts should be something that they need. And most gifts aren't that way. So I'm like, oh, they don't need a sweater. I've seen them wear a sweater before.
What?
I did need a woman's watch for my fancy nights.
And no one had seen you wearing one.
To plan out a murder scene. Go ahead.
And what I've done, I'm not rolling in cash. So what I've done for
Welcome
the past...
to the club, my friend.
Right. The past 5 or 6 years, I have a lot of nieces and nephews. I have one niece and a lot of nephews, so that's why I said it.
Now,
that
are you
way.
expected to buy gifts for these children?
Well, that's what I do, is I only buy gifts for the kids. The adults don't get
That's
gifts.
a
You gotta
lot,
stop
though.
doing that.
Why?
They have parents.
Thank you.
No, but it's...
You're
I like
welcome.
the way you think.
Thank you.
It's one of those things, I will say every year I stress out about getting them gifts. And then when I do, it is so rewarding because their face lights up and they play with it in front
Because
of me.
they're disgusting, materialistic pigs. Children only value things.
Yeah, I'm in a similar. You really killed her on that one, Paul. Amber is speechless.
So what should I do, Paul?
You should stop giving them gifts.
I should write them letters telling them
if
about
you
the
wrote
plight
them
of
long,
Africa.
Please, yes, write them long, guilt-trippy letters, and try to do like a spidery, old-fashioned, old lady handwriting. So it's like instant, like, my dumb aunt gave me this letter.
P.S. Thank your parents for the awesome gifts that I got.
No, their parents buy them a ton of gifts,
And
right?
they give me stuff, so it feels, no.
This is your brothers and sisters?
Yes. I have two
I don't
brothers.
agree. I think you're doing the right thing, Amber. I think that
and-
you have a responsibility as an aunt.
And
you know?
every year I'm like,
No,
next
what?
year I'm going to buy everyone
I
presents.
agree with
and
Paul,
it
though.
This is
doesn't
not
work out.
the old country. You don't have any responsibilities. We're not all living in one hut together.
Let me tell you something.
No.
Let me tell you something. The old country was not so bad. There were some nice traditions that have gotten lost. in the
Pop, I'm
transition
sick of hearing
to the
about
new
the old
world,
country,
okay?
how great it is.
We came over here.
This is
we
America.
built some churches. We carved our own stone.
This is different. You
We
can do
built
whatever you
things up.
want here.
We knew how to do things.
I don't want to live in this
Nobody
house
knows
anymore.
how to do anything anymore.
Pop, we're going dancing. Let us go. We're going dancing.
You goddamn kids.
Listen to what you've done to him. He sounds older than you. We're going dancing. Listen, Pop.
That kid's voice broke when he was 5.
I'm going to get my walker and we're going to the club.
He's been smoking 6-packs a day for 9 years.
So you're against gifts pretty much across the board except for significant other.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, I think so.
I like that philosophy, but I don't
you know
think
what?
that everyone buys into it, and then I'm
Well, they
the
don't.
jerk.
They don't. But you're not the jerk. They're jerks, and I think it's like I don't think it's that you should
But
never
is it better
give gifts.
for
If
you to look like a jerk to a bunch of people, or for a bunch of people to look like jerks to you?
And at the end, the doctor was a woman.
And it was an ice cube.
I think it's not so. I'm not against giving gifts. I'm against the pressure, the assumed responsibility of gift giving for like tons and tons of people. I think it's absurdly materialistic. When you're an adult, like you can buy your own presents for yourself
Right.
all year long.
Everyone called up and asked, "What should we get my boss?" And I was like,
Fucking nothing.
"Exactly."
A boss.
A bullet to the head. Pop, can we go dancing?
Come on, I got 11 people to kill on floor 11 tonight.
By the way, I think they've outgrown the red bike. Come on, Paul, let's go dancing.
All right. Well, Jamie.
Hey, everybody. I can put this down now, so
Oh, it's time for Jamie's corner.
it doesn't look like I'm just
Are we
doing that.
live streaming? No.
No,
Jamie's
this is
just
not
taking-
live streaming. I'm just
taking
trying to look
video
like I'm
for his
doing
personal
something.
archives.
How is that?
How is it being a
article
Jew?
in there.
How is it?
Lots of
like?
history.
It seems like there's a lot less pressure.
As a Jew?
No, but
Yes.
there's 8.
Not about
unless
the
you were at the
Holocaust.
beginning of the century.
About the gifts.
Except for
No,
the
there's
Holocaust.
the same amount of pressure about the Holocaust. That has not changed. Never forget, and never again.
That's a lot of pressure.
Yeah, that we're still. Those are still the terms about the Holocaust. Right.
So
No,
you-
what's it like?
Thank you.
Nailed it.
Hanukkah seems very mellow. It seems very mellow.
It's totally mellow, man.
Right?
8 days. I don't know. I haven't celebrated Hanukkah in probably 15
you
years.
haven't?
Well, that's not true. On my cruise a couple weeks ago, we had some Hanukkah gelt out
Gelt?
on the
Hanukkah gelt?
Gelt.
out on the table.
Checking with us.
Hanukkah gelt is chocolate wrapped in a gold tin foil.
Yeah, I used to love it. I love gelt.
It is the finest chocolate you can imagine.
I know there's better chocolate, but there's something about that shiny gold wrapper that's terrific.
Because it's like you're pretending you're eating money. It's fun.
Is that it?
That's exactly.
You feel powerful.
Talk about a sick way to look at the world.
No, well, they make it look like coins.
I know.
Margaret, bake me some 20s. I'm starving.
But back to me being Jewish.
Sure.
It's been quite a road.
Quite a road.
Wait, is this your one-man show?
I was hoping this would be my opportunity. The only Hanukkah memory I could think of in the context of gifts is my grandma. Very generous woman, as my mom will tell you. But growing up, especially...
Your mom will rap it to us, right?
As my
Yeah,
mom will
no,
rap
here.
to you.
But I remember a couple years in particular, when you're 11, 12, the holidays are an important time for getting gifts. And one year I got...
You sound rabbinical right now.
Thank you. But my gift from my grandma when I was 11 years old was the biography of Lyndon B. Johnson.
Oh, man.
Not kidding.
That was sitting around her place.
It was signed by the author. Do you remember this? And how do you
Signed
react to
by
that
the
at 11
author?
years old? I still don't know how to react to that.
very graciously. Thank you for your generous gift. I appreciate it.
But he isn't a kid's president.
That's not a
Johnson's
kid.
not a kid's president. He's a very stuffy dude.
Not like
He's no
President Johnny
Franklin
Appleseed.
Pierce.
What did you have to write a thank you note?
No. I think
You weren't pressured to do that?
no pressure for a thank
Did
you
you
note.
read the book?
No.
Do you still have it?
Yikes.
I don't know if we still have it. I definitely have the book I got the next year, which was called Tree Boy.
What was that about?
I don't know.
different president.
A boy that lives in a
Different
tree.
president.
That was
You
about
mean
Washington. He chopped down the cherry tree.
when Johnson enacted the civil rights, you weren't like all agog because
In
you
the
had read the
60s?
book?
How many times have you ever been all agog?
6.
I don't even know if that's a thing.
It's not. It's a gog.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's time for a part of the show that we like to call parting shots.
Oh, we're up to parting shots
We're
already.
up to, we're up
That
to
flew
parting-
by.
Can I just say I loved Vicky's rap?
Yes.
That was wonderful,
Yes,
Vicky.
indeed.
And I would love to read some of your poetry. I love poetry. This is my
You're
parting
very
shot.
cultured. You're a very cultured person.
I was raised in Staten Island, and when we weren't waxing cars or hitting people with baseball bats, we were reading Dostoevsky. My friends were poets in Staten Island. They got me into, they were into the Beats. They were into Ginsberg. They were into Kerouac. They were into...
the other beats.
What?
The other beats.
The other Beats, whatever. But anyway, they started a series. They started a series called the Harbor Series on the coast, the harbor, New York Harbor, where Staten Island was, and
Still is.
still is. And they did a poetry series where I would do comedy. I was the comedian. And one great thing about poets is that they don't have the greatest sense of humor. So everything I did was so fucking funny.
I feel like the way you said that makes it sound like your comedy was not good.
Yes.
it didn't have to be.
Too.
No, it was good.
They don't have great senses of humor,
No, it
so they
was good.
laughed uproariously at everything I said.
But anyway, Vicky brought me back. I just want to
Yeah,
say
just
that
blow by that. Just blow by that.
Vicky brought me back. This is my parting shot. Vicky brought me back to my poetic roots, and a lot of times, and I think this is a nice holiday message for everybody. A lot
Yes,
of
yes.
times,
Oh, I hope so.
a lot of times, I'll be with Karen in bed, And
Okay, that's not a nice holiday message so far.
And
It's actually terrifying.
you know, right before I put on my sleep apnea mask, I will
It just got worse.
grab
Sort of Silence of the Lambs at this
Mary
point.
Oliver. Has anybody know Mary Oliver's poetry? Beautiful nature poet, right?
Beautiful, beautiful nature.
And I'll read Karen a few poems, and then I'll read Paul. What is going on? What did he say?
Can you not fucking hear him?
I have tinnitus, which strikes 1 out of 5 comedians.
He's
Fake
muttering
statistic.
after everything that you
I
say.
know. That's why I can't hear it, because I'm so into what I'm saying.
Oh, sure.
Is
Well, who wouldn't be except Sean?
I'll read her Mary Oliver or Rilke late at night. And I just
Raina Maria
I love great poetry because it takes me out of the cynicism that is comedy.
How long does that last?
About once the mask is on, I'm back to feeling like shit because I hear my breath.
Now, this mask, can you see? Can you see through the mask? How much?
It's
of your
hard.
face
Like when
does it
I'm
cover?
watching Antiques Roadshow through this sleep apnea mask, it's very fucked up. Like I'll see like 4 different antiques.
Do you think the mask? Do you think the mask would be a good disguise for the holiday party heist?
Yes. Yes.
I couldn't see who he was. He was wearing a sleep apnea mask.
And you'd be able to breathe, so it's a nice.
If you fell asleep
that's
during
true.
the heist.
So that's
Good
my
for a
parting
getaway.
shot. My parting shot is that I love Vicky's piece, and it got me back to my poetic roots.
Great.
Fantastic.
Thank you. Paul?
Oh. Thought we were going to go down the line, but
Not so fast.
Wrong
He
again.
likes to keep us on our toes.
well, before I get to my parting shot, which is a doozy,
That's how I would
That
give
means
a
he
gift.
doesn't have it yet.
I enjoyed what?
Stalling.
I did enjoy Vicky's rap, and I liked how at the end it had a moral, and I think more rap songs should have morals at the end.
That's what's been lost in the rap community.
Yes, a little touch of Aesop, I think,
message.
would be nice at the end. My parting shot is, I suppose, thank you for having me on this live show. It's been a lot of fun, and I am a listener of the show, so it's I'm thrilled to be here with you guys.
Thank you, Paul.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks for having me back.
Yes.
Paul.
Sorry we
great
fucked up the thing about you being the first returning guest and making you stand backstage like a kid in a corner, but...
I was only doing some fake anger that I
Yeah.
thought would be hilarious, but there wasn't.
Jamie.
I only have 3 things.
Thank
get to them.
God, only 3.
The first, a thank you to Paul and to all of our listeners around the world for being part of what we do and contributing in ways you don't even know.
Please donate. It's the holidays.
Second, in
Hold on a
January...
second. Jamie, if I may.
Yes, you may.
Please donate to our podcast because it's the holidays. You were probably thinking of making some sort of charitable donation this year to people who don't have arms or faces. But before you do, please remember us on the holidays, the podcast.
Please give.
Jamie, pray continue.
Okay. Secondly, Paul, if you could actually hand me the envelopes right behind you.
Oh, this is like
Oh,
the
sure.
Oscars.
These white envelopes?
And while you hand them to me, I'll just a quick plug for January. 30 Days Immaculata, guys. This one's called the Super Ultimate 2011 Turbocharged 30-Day Jumpstart for Better Health, Creativity, Productivity, Happiness, Power, and Enchantment. Get in. It's going to be good. We're going to kickstart your year. You're going to make some big, exciting things happen.
Can you say that again, please?
The Super Ultimate 2011 Turbocharged 30-Day Jumpstart for Better Health, Creativity, Productivity, Happiness, Power, and Enchantment.
Thank you.
It really, I gotta commend you. This thing is sounding scammier and scammier.
It is.
Iteration.
It is.
Like this, if I just saw this.
It's turning into a traveling medicine show.
Yes, if I saw that on a flyer, I'd be like, this is a ripoff. But you're really
free.
doing it.
It's
I'm
free.
proud of you. It's free. That's great. It's great. But I would say, where's the catch?
There is no catch.
Not yet.
Not yet. When I started asking for money,
That's right. But you're almost there. You're like
think I'm
really
almost there.
building an empire.
Can you donate to the Immaculata?
not yet. But I mean, I won't turn them down. If you want to give me cash, I could sure use it right now.
At the holidays this year, think of the Immaculata.
So I kind of don't want to give you these anymore because I can keep them for myself, given your take on gifts.
No.
But I got you all some gifts.
Did you really?
Jaime.
I feel bad. I didn't.
Eddie and Amber.
I only get from my significant.
And so, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah.
Now, should we open these now, Jamie?
I think you should.
Really? All right.
I just want to say that mine says on the front, to Sean, awesome shooting star, XO Jamie. So I feel gratified and uncomfortable that you hugged and kissed me at the end of that.
Mine says to Paul, and then it's got a picture of a Native American headdress, and it says headdress. It also says go for it.
And I mean every word of that.
Mine says to Amber, and then there's a happy face with an old-timey dinner hat. And it says happy face with old-timey dinner hat. Then it says, oh yeah, XO Jamie.
Mine says to Eddie with the heart around Eddie, and it says Hardy next to that. And then over to the right, it says unbelievable exclamation point. And I got a $5 gift certificate to the, what is this?
Scoops. The delicious
gelato
ice cream.
place.
I will have you know.
What is it?
I got
It's
this before
ice
we
cream.
booked this.
It's like a block away. It's
I did not get those tonight.
I got a $100 gift certificate from American Express.
Thank you, Jamie. Thank you.
So that's good anywhere. That money is good anywhere.
Yeah, have fun.
Thank you, Jamie. That was very nice.
Thank you very much.
It's delicious.
Happy
I've been
Hanukkah to you.
Love y'all.
Are they still open right now?
Amber.
Yes. So I said I was bad at giving gifts, but I'm desperately trying to get better, so I got each of you a gift.
No way.
Amber.
Sorry, Paul.
I hope it's not a
Paul to
tie.
open his first.
I hope it's not a tie because clearly I'm already wearing one.
Paul, go ahead.
All right, I will.
This is so nice.
These are all very nicely wrapped with
They
ribbons.
really
on them.
are.
I'm pretending I'm a girl, like a real life
Did you wrap
girl.
these yourself?
I did.
By the way I wrap gifts is just an
Oh
abomination.
my God, I can imagine.
You can imagine the way I wrap gifts.
I'm trying to carefully unwrap it. Why not?
She'd be on the street with a sign, save the paper.
Don't follow.
I think I got it.
Whoa.
A magic
What? A
set.
magic book and kit.
We were talking about magic.
That was the last time I was here.
Yeah.
Look, you guys, it's pretty cool. On the back, to entice you to start your magic journey immediately, the box begins, abracadabra! The story of magic is older than recorded history. It just keeps going on and on. Magician performing nearly 4,000 years ago at an Egyptian pharaoh's court. Oh,
I wish we had had
so
this
much. Oh, I'm
14
sorry.
episodes ago.
Then it ends with Alakazam!
Should I open mine?
And I figured that's a good re-gifting gift if you don't want it.
You really planned ahead, Amber.
No, I'll give this to my mother-in-law.
And then, yes,
Thank
Eddie,
you, Paul. I can finally do dice tricks.
Eddie's opening his present, and
Oh, man, I got a lot of things.
Start with the first.
I got, because I have 5 cats. I have just cats. Oh, this is great. This is a, do you put, what do you call it, catnip in there? This is great. Oh, the cats are going to love it. Aqua Busy Ball. What is that?
you put water in it, and the cats play with it. I don't
Yes,
know.
it's
Aqua
cat
Busy
again.
Ball.
A pet odor absorber. Great. And another little mouse toy. Thank you so
You're
much.
very
That's
welcome.
wonderful.
Now, Jamie, you open yours.
Okay.
Sean has the last present.
I feel like Eddie's a little mad because the presents were for the cat. Right?
I was actually
A little
expecting
bit.
him to say that.
I could hear in his voice that it was like he was trying to, you were putting a brave face on it.
What
But
did
there
you
was
want,
something
Eddie?
that's like,
What
oh,
did you
another
want?
cat toy.
I do get when I open gifts, I get very expectant. Very expectant.
The autobiography of Jimmy Carter. Thanks.
The autobiography.
Yeah.
What is it?
Chicken soup for the soul. Think positive.
You just been immaculatized.
I already
or
got it.
flabbergastaroonie'd, whatever you
Already
want to
got
say.
it. Just kidding. But this is great. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
Oh, now Sean got a huge thing. I would have liked to have gotten that kind of thing.
It's a little bit for all of us.
Okay.
You'll see what I'm talking about.
Hope it's a cake.
What if it's a scratching
It's a
post?
cake. It's a toothbrush.
I got
Put your mic aside.
A floor lamp.
Oh, yes.
You want to explain that, Amber or Eddie?
He doesn't have any light in his living room, so our poor guests have to sit in a dark room the whole time.
And then they hold on to that resentment and bring it back in the last episode of the season.
It's
This
sort of your living
motherfucker
room.
made me sit in a dark room. Yes, it's comfortable furniture, but
Yeah, very comfortable furniture, but it's like being in Edgar Allan Poe's last days. So this is great.
what a burn. Chatham floor lamp.
Ooh, a Chatham.
With an antique bronze finish.
Oh.
I don't want to brag. I don't want to
Well,
brag.
thank
Somebody
you,
got
Amber.
a bonus at
that was
work.
very kind of you.
You're very welcome.
Oh, and real quick,
It's a Christmas
Jorge.
miracle.
Jorge, are you back there? You want to come out real quick?
Jorge, come on out here.
This is our sound guy,
Our
engineer.
sound engineer.
Hooray!
Hooray! Hip, hip, hooray!
There you go, buddy. Merry Christmas. That's awkward.
And
So
he disappears
understated.
back into his sound hole. His sound cave.
So understated.
All right. Well, my parting
So
shot.
how did I do? That was me trying to get better at giving gifts.
Very
How
good.
Did I
You
do?
did wonderfully, I think.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
I can give this floor lamp to my nieces and nephews. All right. Well, here's my parting shot. It is the end of our season. Season 2 is over. Thank you to all the guests we've had this year, especially tonight's guest, Paul and Vicky, who both did a wonderful job. And thank you guys for coming out.
Thank you, guys. And thank you, Paul Kozlowski, for renting out the theater.
Yes, the Fake Gallery.
Thank you, Paul.
The Fake Gallery, by the way, all the artwork is 20% off right now. So if you're looking for a Christmas
So
present,
cool.
for
Come
an art
down to the
lover,
Fake
come to
Gallery
the
and buy
Fake
some
Gallery
art.
And buy some art. Thank you. I was going to get there, but thank you. And
We
yes,
would make a great brothers team. Like if we owned a business, you would be in the middle of saying something. I'd be like, do what he says.
God damn it! Let me finish.
Let's go dancing.
Where's Dad? Oh no. Yeah, that's the end of season 2. Thank you guys for being here. Thanks for listening. Keep listening, and maybe we'll even have season 3. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you so much for listening to that. Can you believe how long ago that was?
6 years.
Man, we still got it.
I didn't want to be specific, but yes, it was 6 years ago. Thank you for listening to
I
that.
don't want to be too specific.
Yeah, we'll see you next time.
Santa's coming. We gotta go to bed.
And